Joy FM is celebrating 20 years on the air, and we just thought it would be fun to come and talk to some of our 20 favorite friends in the music industry, artists that you love to hear on Joy FM every day. So today, I have the pleasure of hanging out with Apollo LTD. We've got Jordan and Adam, and you know them from their song Patient and Gold, and these guys are a lot of fun. So we're just going to spend a few minutes just chatting, getting to know you as friends, because, 20 years is a long time to be on the air and be in relationship and partnering with bands. And thanks for being here.
Yeah, well, hey, thanks for having us in the top 20 friends.
Yeah, it's so fun.
I'm about to blush over here. I'm
privileged.
I'm
excited. It's awesome. Yeah, and congrats to you guys.
Yeah,
well, thank
20 years
you.
is a long time.
It is a long time.
We've almost known each other, actually, almost 20 years, which is what's
well,
even crazy.
I would love to know, actually, how did you guys meet?
Oh gosh, it was a hot summer day in August. It really was, actually. We met the first day of college. We were randomly paired as roommates.
Very
in
cool.
College, and I think he was the first person I actually met when I walked on campus that day.
It was one of those things where you wander onto campus and there's a guy with a clipboard who's calling out names, and you're like, "Yeah, I'm Jordan," and he's like, "And Adam Stark is your roommate." And so Adam's like,
we were like literally standing
right
next to each other.
That was it. It was a fortuitous afternoon.
Yes.
Where'd you go to school?
Belmont University.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Great, Belmont.
Yeah.
So how did you guys decide, to get the band going?
A lot of
that afternoon.
I was saying, it was that afternoon.
After you moved
pulled the
in.
guitars out.
Yeah.
It did start with just jamming in the dorm room. We kind of learned about what music we were into. We had a ton of similar influences, which was exciting. And then, we were 18-year-old kids, so it was just like, you want to jam to some, I don't know, Dave Matthews Band? We're like, yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it.
And I think after years of just like having fun playing music together, we ventured slowly into like the creative side. Like, what if we actually try to like write something? And that was probably our junior year, maybe.
Yeah, and then second half of college into our post-college life, we were in another band for almost a long time. That's kind of what got our foot in the door in music and doing it for work, doing it for a living. So we did that, and then that band broke up, as bands often do.
Yeah.
It's just the circle of life.
The circle of life, and we started Apollo.
Were you both music students at Belmont, or?
Kind of.
You were an audio engineering major.
So they have a program called Music Business, which
yeah.
is like you get to graduate with a business degree. So that's like mom and dad feel real good about that.
Yes.
It's like, you graduate with a business degree. Yeah, exactly. But you get to study music stuff. And I studied a lot of the audio engineering production side, and he studied more of that.
I studied.
Actually, you just studied.
To say he studied is just off. Studied, no, he just was hanging out a lot.
Yeah.
I'd be like, what are you doing down in the studio today? That's cool.
Just hanging out. So you're
osmosis.
both dads, new dads?
Yes.
Right?
About to be dadded again. Is that a way to say it?
Dadded again?
Okay,
I like that.
Break down the kid's age and all that good stuff. Because are you a new dad?
I will.
You will be.
I will be. My second one's coming in.
Okay.
April.
Oh, okay.
So he's
about to double dad it.
Yeah.
Double dad. Yeah.
I've got one kid. She'll be 2 in March.
Okay.
So
okay.
Yeah.
We're in the thick of the chaos.
And
yeah,
then
no
I have
kidding.
a ton of fun.
And then I have a son who is 17 months.
Okay.
And then so he'll be right around 20 months when this next one shows up, and it's another boy. So
Okay.
I'm preparing for the hurricane for
Yeah.
the next 3 years. I'm just,
Wild.
Oh yeah.
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 So
Yeah,
what's
it's gonna
been
be
the most surprising thing about fatherhood for you guys? Or something you've loved the most?
Who do you want to cry first?
Honestly, I think I'll speak for myself, but I think this probably applies to both of us. We're just really grateful that 2020 allowed us to be home.
Yeah.
Because at the top of the year, we were out on a tour when that got shut down because of COVID. But we had tours lined up for pretty much the whole year. And at the time, I had a 1-year-old. He had like a 6-month-old, and we were, it's definitely a double-edged sword. You do what you love, and we're really grateful to do what we do for a living. But at the same time, it's painful to be away from your kids. I mean, you have these little humans that are yours, and all you want to do is just spend time with them and see them. And then because of a global pandemic, we're home.
Yeah.
And so it's like in the midst of this really awful thing going on in the world, there are these little shining, really wonderful gifts that God kind of allowed us to experience this year. And for us, it was kids, watching them grow.
I will say, to add to that, the biggest surprise of being a parent was not, how should I say this? You think you know the capacity of like love in your heart. Like you feel like you've been married, you know, you're like, man, I love my wife, I love my family, I love my friends. And then you have a kid and it feels like your heart just explodes open to like more, a wider, deeper sense of love that you've ever felt before. And it's crazy that there's like this, it almost felt like when you got married, you felt like you entered into a new dimension in like life. You know, you're like, I just discovered this new dimension of life. It's marriage, it's crazy. And then you have a kid and it kind of happens again where you're just like, whoa. And so I think, I mean, we've talked about this before, so I know he shares this sentiment with me, but like, it just feels like your heart was just exploded open. That was not necessarily expected, so.
That's cool. Okay. So it's okay.
All right, yes.
Let it all out.
Is this therapy?
This is a safe space.
Is this therapy?
Yes,
Okay.
yeah. So your song Patience, is that like a coincidence after you had kids?
No,
how did that song?
You know, the funny thing about Patient is that it's old.
Yeah.
Well,
is it?
Old.
20 years old.
20 years of patience. No. So we wrote that in 2019, the beginning of 2019. And we had just finished our first record that has gold on the way up on it and stuff. And that song kind of got tossed in the mix, and it kind of, for one reason or another, got delayed and pushed back. And like, hey, we're going to put this song out as a single. No, we're not. It kind of gets shuffled aside. And then 2020 happened. And it was like, oh.
Yeah.
And so many people have come, and honestly, so many songs on our new record, almost all of them, with the exception of Patient and one other song, and there's 13 songs on the record, were written and created this year in, the lockdown in March. We just started working, and we kind of had that as like our North Star, to be working, keep ourselves occupied every day doing.
Yeah.
And Patient was just kind of one of those songs that, like, when 2020 happened, we were like, oh, this song kind of needs to be out in the world, I think.
No kidding.
Yeah, and
it's very
it was
timely.
just a God thing. Yeah, it's funny that a song that we wrote in the beginning of 2019,
It's almost 2 years old.
ended up being such a pertinent song for even just for us this year. I mean, we're really, a lot of pieces come from it. So,
That's awesome. So, being married, having kids now, what is something that you have seen about your wives that as they've become moms that you're like, whoa, I didn't even know she had that,
Superpower.
all of it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh my gosh. So my wife is pregnant right now. First of all of the physical things that she went through and has gone through and is doing again, I'm like, cheers, props to you. I don't think I could. I'm very thankful to be a man at this season of my life. But I think just the strength and the resilience, and like, I was shocked. Okay, my wife is a very heavy sleeper, for example, like borderline goes into a coma when she sleeps. Like, she's very hard to wake up. But when she had a kid, it's like she would be up out of the bed 2 a.m, 3 a.m, 4 a.m, and I'm sitting there. I'm the one that's like, oh, leave him, he'll go back to sleep, And but just that determined, like, I don't know what it is. It's that motherly instinct thing is real, and it kicked in, and I was impressed by it. I'm still impressed by it. She's awesome. So you're trying to get me to cry, and I'm not going to do it.
We still have time.
How much do you love your wife? Go ahead. They're listening. No. Honestly, okay, pregnancy, birth, oh my gosh.
Right.
First of all,
Exactly.
I don't think I could handle any of it. Going on vacation and remembering to pack everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, we went to the beach over the summer. We got away, and for like a week, and we got down there, and I was like, well, where's her bib? And she's like, right here. Where's the packing? Do we bring the packing? She's like, dude, it's in the car.
Yeah.
I'm like, got it. There's so many things.
There is. Traveling with the baby is next level.
And I am useless.
I could have told you that, though. Jordan's not the detail one.
20 years, guys. 20 years.
He's more the 30,000 foot guy, you know?
Big picture.
That's great. It's his strength.
Well, clearly you guys like to have fun. I mean, we've seen that on stage. We've seen it here. And do you remember coming to Joy Fest when
Yes.
everyone played the kazoo
kazoos.
with you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, we figured since you are musicians, you love to play new instruments, surely, we wanted to give you a new instrument to play today.
Oh my goodness.
And I thought maybe we could play Patient on...
100%.
Well, I'll let you take it out of the bag so I don't touch it, but
Okay.
on the nose flute.
I'm sorry?
Yes, the nose flute. Have either of you ever
What
played
is
the nose
this?
flute? I'll give you the lesson.
Is there one for each of us?
This is
Yeah.
first time
Oh,
ever.
And you're going to want to keep this forever. So.
No, I think we're gonna give this back to you guys.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
After we're
this
done.
is Very CDC approves if that we use
Yeah.
this and then give it back, right?
So the idea is you take the nose flute and you...
Oh, it's this way.
You put it here
Okay.
and then you keep your mouth open. And you kind of like a kazoo. You and you blow out your nose, but you gotta have your mouth open.
Uh-oh, I'm missing already.
So,
How do you
see,
can you control pitch with this?
yes, you can, and that's why we are gonna do Patient.
Oh man.
How do we
Just
do
the
this?
chorus.
How do we do this?
Yes! This is going on your next tour.
This is,
to be patient. I mean, it's
that's
pretty good.
really good.
I've
You
had a lot of
practiced.
practice.
You've practiced.
I've been
That
playing
is
the nose
really good.
flute for 12 years.
Now I've seen one of Jordan's hidden talents he never
Well,
told
I'm
me about.
gonna keep this.
Yeah, we don't want it back.
And I'm gonna impress my daughter later.